Hello everyone. If you have ever paid a bribe or been forced to pay a bribe, do you remember the feeling it left behind? I'm sure it is one of anger. As a citizen, I pay my taxes with honesty. I expect the system to be equally honest and do its job. Not do me any favors, but simply do its job. You're paid to do that job, and your salary comes from my taxes. So when a dishonest system fleeces me of my hard-earned money to get simple things done, like getting a license or a pension or a registration, I feel anger. And it is probably this anger that drove actor Vishal to expose the rot in the censor board. Taking to social media on September 28th, Vishal claimed that he had to pay a bribe of 6.5 lakh rupees to an officer to release his film, Mark Antony, in Hindi. This happened in Mumbai. The actor says there was a lot at stake for him as he's also the producer of the film. So he had no choice but to pay up. But Vishal is also saying that he paid the bribe to expose the culture of corruption in India's Film Certification Board. Vishal Reddy is joining me on the show this evening. Hi Vishal, good evening. Thank you very much for speaking to Mirror Now. Let me start by asking you one simple basic question. Here is a film that you have invested your blood, sweat and money in. That film is to release. You have spent a lot of effort, a lot of money, and yet you decide to take panga with the powers that be and speak about this corruption that you had to face to get a clearance certificate for this film. Why did you think it was necessary to speak up?
No, taking panga is only because they had a price to take panga. If there was no price for me, I don't need to take panga. क्यों लेना पड़ेगा? मुफ्त में नहीं आ रहा है ना मेरा सर्टिफिकेट. 6.5 लाख मैंने खर्चा किया. It was an alarming situation which I've already said time and again. I've never faced it before, and 6.5 lakhs is not an ordinary amount for anyone for that matter. And bribing to get a certificate for films, no way. I decided 2 ways to actually face the situation. One is to get my film released because a lot is at stake, and they said the particular lady in the CBFC office, Menaka, who took the hard disk inside. So taking the hard disk means that she has the authority to take the hard disk inside the office for screening. So she said like, आपने बहुत देर आ गया तो 6.5 लाख से कम नहीं होगा. 15 दिन पहले आए तो 4 लाख पे कर सकते हैं. अभी तो कुछ नहीं कर पाए हम. So, okay, so I said only bank transactions, and I told my manager, make sure when you speak to her, she will definitely come on WhatsApp. It won't be on a normal call. Please record it for 2 reasons. My manager understood that, and it took, and I had no time to decide also. She said, in half hour or 1 hour, the officer wants to know whether it is on or not. So I decided, okay, 6.5 lakh लेकर मेरा सर्टिफिकेट आएगा लाइक शाम 7 बजे या 6:30 बजे. She said she'll give me the certificate. I said fine, go ahead, pay it. She said first before screening 3 lakhs, and after the first half 3.5 lakhs, then only I will get the certificate. Did it to 2 bank accounts, paid 2,000 extra for every transaction, for 2 transactions. And then I got my certificate by evening, as she mentioned. And then here I go right now. I spent the 6.5 lakhs to bring the truth out to people. Not just for my film's release. I wanted the truth out. Every truth has a price to pay. I paid my price for the truth to be out because I really wanted. I can't see if I'm fighting against corruption on the silver screen. I can't be just a victim of corruption on real life. I have to voice it out. I have to tell that I have also been a victim of corruption, and I don't want others to be fall for the same prey. I mean, to fall prey for them to them.
Okay, so Vishal, I have been speaking to some members of the censor board, and this is what they tell me. They say that Vishal fell victim to mediators, that the person who he was corresponding with was not a censor board member, but a mediator, a middleman. And where was the need for Vishal to go to a middleman? If he was having a problem, he should have applied online, or he should have simply spoken to members of the board. Why did you not do that?
Yeah, we very clearly, very safely they can say that I've applied online. Without applying online, if she'd given me a certificate today, I won't be talking to you because I'll be at fault. I've done the norms. I've paid the DD. I've done the norms. Everything standing there with my hard disk. Only request is please watch it because I have a release on 28th. That is yesterday. And then this person, this CBFC office, कोई सुपरमार्केट या कोई पब्लिक पार्क में ना नहीं है. It is a government office. आने वाले जाने वाले लोग सब भी वहाँ के लोग हैं ना. जो भी मेरे मैनेजर के साथ बातचीत किया, कोई भी है, they're supposed to be the she got me the certificate at the end of the day. That means Menaka is the person who's like talking getting the money and doing this the job done. And it is not my school certificate, or it is not any certificate I can fake my parents' signature. It is certified by the film certification, Central Board of Film Certification, and definitely they have to, like what do you say, stand up and accept the fact that I am not going to mediators. You have kept mediators to speak money. I'm rest assured that they won't speak money directly. You have kept mediators and see, giving my hard disk. Obviously, I will not give it to an outsider. My hard disk is something like in today's day, time of piracy. You think I'll give my hard disk to someone out of the blue? I'm giving it in the CBFC office to someone who's taking inside the CBFC office. So definitely, I seriously, I don't want to go beyond this, proving my point, because I got the certificate, paying 6.5 lakhs, and it is on record. The conversation, it is on record on transactions, and it is on record the certification. So what does the CBFC have to say? So mediators take money and they can get the signature done by themselves? No. PVR or Cinepolis or Inox will not accept my film to be screened without with the actual certificate.
Vishal, can I then ask you what the conversation with this particular lady was? And are you saying that it happened, when you're saying it happened with you for the first time, I want to ask you, when was the bribe asked for? And when it was asked for, what was your first thought? What was your first reaction? And what is it that this lady said that really shocked you? Beyond the fact that, of course, she had asked for 6.5 lakh rupees.
Her casual way of speaking it out. It's like, I don't think I'm the first victim. जो भी बताया वो 5-6 minute का conversation में, she told in a very casual way that if you had come like 15 days earlier, it would have been only 4 lakhs. 15 days back, एक फिल्म ने अप्लाई किया, उसको 4 लाख पे करने के लिए बताया हम. आपने आखिरी डेट में आया तो 6.5 लाख से कम नहीं होगा. So I was like wondering, oh, okay, they have a price tag for like the way she mentioned. I'm not mentioning. I'm mentioning the excerpts of the conversation that transpired between her and my person, which was recorded for evidence for future, it's not just Vishal saying, it's Vishal with evidence saying it out. So she said like, it's going to be like that for in the next 4 months, it's going to be like that. And another thing, I told my person to prod her to get more information. Okay, ma'am, who's going to share the pie of, who's going to share everything? Is it the RO? Yeah, then she said, no, it goes beyond that. Ladder goes up. It's beyond that. There's someone there. And she said like, if you have to get it by the evening, definitely, it goes all the way up. And that the particular person has to agree, and then only you get it signed. So it is alarming for me because I am being part of corruption. Imagine me giving 6.5 lakhs and not doing this interview or not telling anyone. can I face the camera tomorrow and fight corruption on the silver screen and make people watch my film? I don't think my conscience will make me do that. Or will I be able to sleep? No, no way. I don't think so. I slept very well last night because I felt light. I really want to take. It's not panga. It's actually taking action against government officials who are corrupt. Don't be part of the system. Today, if it's cinema, then tomorrow it might be in some other sector of the society. I'm really thankful to the higher officials, the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, who have taken immediate action and have done an inquiry immediately. So thanks to them. I'm really hoping they take necessary steps and the action is taken on these people, because corruption is something which we all have to bring it out in the open for people to take action. We can't just keep mum and think, okay, पंगा नहीं लेना है नहीं तो थोड़ा बहुत बड़ा रिस्क होगा फ्यूचर में. ऐसे नहीं होगा. करप्शन हुआ तो बताना पड़ेगा ना. You have to tell. Then only now, since I've told it out and I have evidence, so there is some stand and they've taken the stand, and I am hoping for the action to be taken on these corrupt officials.
So here's the question, and again, this is what some censor board members that we've been speaking to are asking, and we'll play out their interview as well after we play your interview. If Vishal has proof, they say, and he's so sure that it was censor board members who are involved, why has he not lodged a police complaint? Because Vishal is saying that he has a proof of all transactions. He's put it out on social media. You've put it out on social media. You're saying you have phone recordings as well. So these censor board members are saying, let him lodge a police complaint, and once he does that, we will set up a commission of inquiry.
I look up to my Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji and to the Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde ji. I think rather than lodging a police complaint, I think putting it across, being a part of the society. I'm not talking as an actor, Vishal. I'm talking as a citizen of India, looking at corruption. Yes, I have taken it's okay. I can file a case. I'd rather do, maybe I might do it later. But now, now as I speak now, the inquiry is going on from Information and Broadcasting Ministry on the officials. So truth will prevail. I have the details. It's not that I've not given details. I have already given out the details to everyone to see. It can be decoded in Hindi. The conversation where she says very casually, 4 lakhs, 15 din se pehle, abhi aa rahe hain. 6.5 lakh, and then it goes all the way up the ladder, and then she says, I feel so bad that you're paying so much. Next time, please come little earlier so that we can reduce the price. Look at all this. So a person who's taking so much of courage to talk about taking money for a certification for films, that means they have been in the practice. That's what tells me. So wherever she is today, I definitely even that person is she's the most important person who can actually bring about put all the cards on the table and mention how it transpires. Because I brought it out because I don't want other future producers suffering. Just imagine small time producers trying to pay for the certification. I've never faced it in South. I've never faced it ever. This is the first time. That's why I was shocked. And I didn't want to let it go. I paid. Yes, I got my certificate. But the second reason was to show that corruption is happening in CBFC.
Vishal, whether it's a superstar like you, whether it's a journalist like me, whether it's a chaiwala who has to pay a bribe to a police wala to keep his stall, was it anger that drove you? And will you urge citizens of India to keep that anger going, because sometimes gussa acha hota
hai? See, I feel that cinema is a reflection of what happens in the society. People always ask us, why do you show corrupt politicians? Why do you show corrupt government officials? Abhi to yahi example. Like what I've faced is what I have done maybe in some of my movies going against corrupt officials. I've seen so many films of other favorite actors who go against corrupt officials. So that is, as you said, it is the anger from within, because it's my hard-earned money. मैं तो ऑर्फनेज को दे सकता हूँ या ओल्ड एज होम का दे सकता हूँ 6.5 लाख. It's just to pay for someone taking from my hard-earned money. No chance. Someone sitting in A taking my hard-earned money. No way. ये नहीं चलेगा सोसाइटी में, हमारे समाज में ये नहीं चलेगा. तो इसीलिए मैंने नरेंद्र मोदी जी को और महाराष्ट्र सीएम साहब को like I tagged them and I said please take necessary steps against corruption, not Vishal's against Vishal's case, it's against corruption.
Okay, ये नहीं चलेगा. That is how we'll leave that interview when someone asks you for a bribe.
Essentially ये नहीं चलेगा essentially is what you're saying, that every time someone asks you for a bribe, don't say chalta hai. Say ye nahi chalega, refuse to pay a bribe and kick up a fuss. Vishal, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much for telling us your story. It was important for someone of your stature to speak out about facing corruption, because we know that ordinary citizens in this country face corruption almost every day. So thank you for speaking out, Vishal.